Hello, founder.
Greetings. Thanks for coming out. Welcome to our little Harry Potter night. This is not going to be our first or our last. Um, we're actually, what is this? Technically our
I don't even
third
know.
video on the Harry Potter trading card game. Something like that. Um, yeah. Got a booster box of Quidditch Cup, the second set in the Harry Potter TCG to open. Nice, fresh. Um, Sealed box, so don't have to worry about packs being searched. Because these early foils, where they weren't a foil in every pack or anything like that, they can be weighed, these packs. So if you're
What?
buying loose packs, that's something to be aware of. There's at least the possibility that they might have been searched,
Hey, Ryan.
depending on how well you know your sources and all that business. Um,
Did I forget?
I guess I should get this flipped, shouldn't I? So we can
Just making sure
at least
that,
be on brand for our theme stuff.
Oh, yeah, I have that set up. It's just not showing it.
Okay.
All right.
So let's flip the camera. And here's our lovely Hogwarts castle build.
A sweep, just because founder wasn't there earlier, I don't think.
So there was part one that we had built over a week ago. And then this afternoon we finished off building the other part here. I guess I can do sort of a above so you can see a little bit more. The astronomy tower, the greenhouses. It's a very impressive little model. And it's quite the backdrop and very on brand for
It's
what
the
we're doing
last,
today.
like
so
today's stream, I think
thank you
putting it
very
together
much.
went really smoothly. Yeah, it is pretty big.
It is. So here's what we did last time: was we opened up the two-player starter deck. We learned to play a game with these, and then we expanded it a little bit with the few cards I had from 3 booster packs and a few other odds and ends that I'd opened. Oh, when did we open those? Almost a year ago now. Anyway, so we expanded these a little bit. Out of the box here, they're 41 card decks. I think we got them up to 53 card decks with the extra cards we added. But it's supposed to be 60 card decks.
Great backdrop tonight, yep.
It is a fantastic backdrop for what we're doing here. So today, this is based out of set 1. It's a very small sampling. This should be a much better sampling of set 2. Sets 2, set 3, and set 4 were all small expansions. So these are 80 card sets, every single one of them. And with 36 packs in a box, I'm hoping, I don't think the odds are great, but from what I hear, it's usually you're missing a few things, but I'm hoping there's at least the possibility that we can finish or mostly finish a set of set 2 for tonight. Then we'll take a look on another stream, a different night, with our extra cards here, and try and build a deck or two using these plus the starter deck stuff we had from last time, and try playing a game. The big addition with Quidditch Cup was you got Quidditch lessons, so a whole new lesson type. Originally in the base set, you just had 4 lesson types. The starter deck came with, both decks had Care of Magical Creatures. One had Charms, the other had Transfiguration lessons. And there's a 4th type you can get of potions.
Void turned down a win on another channel and got banned. That's, oh my goodness.
That's a pain. That's
I don't understand why turning down a win would.
I don't either, but
get you banned.
Maybe it just makes things more complicated and they don't want to deal with that. But that's still a very strange reason to ban
If there's
somebody.
a card that I've pulled lots of, I'll say, hey, give it to the next winner because I pulled lots of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because I don't want to take a card from somebody that's, you know.
That does sound strange.
They just got kicked from my Discord.
I suppose tit for tat. That can
Could
happen.
it be one of the mods that did it? Because they're, you know.
I don't know. Maybe there was some sort of miscommunication, but that sounds weird.
So Ryan has a question. How many cards are in the set? And Founder's asking how much are the booster boxes in general. And she wants me to put it in chat. So.
Right. Well, the set here, each of these three, the initial set was over 100 cards. I think it was 118 or something.
Okay, hold on.
Each of these expansions was an 80 card expansion. So they're fairly small sets. But, and then the fifth set was bigger than even the base set. It was up into the 140, 150 card range. I forget exactly.
No worries, Void. That's fine.
But, yeah, it's a starter level product, so it's... Oh, no, this one's expert. Interesting.
All right,
the starter deck
sorry,
was starter
how
level.
much is this booster box for?
Nowadays, I haven't looked recently.
Okay.
I know when I bought this... when did we buy this? 2 years ago? About 2 years ago, I think. It was about $150 US.
150?
About $150 US when I bought this 2 years ago. Now, like I said, with the way prices have been going on everything lately, it's probably gone up since then. And they can be tricky.
2 years ago, sorry?
Yes, 2 years ago, about. They can be tricky to find. I know if you wanted to buy loose packs of Quidditch Cup, specifically this set, there were about 11 available at Category 1 games earlier today for
Founder says the castle's awesome.
For $5.55 a pack. That was their U.S. price
Dragon Fang Dan.
at Category 1 games for loose packs of Quidditch Cup. As of earlier today. I'm sure you'll find any number of, options and pricing
You said for $5?
if you go looking on eBay or something like that. I couldn't suggest really where to find this stuff anymore. When I started looking about 2 years ago, you would still see boxes of this.
On eBay, okay.
You would still see boxes of this come up now and then on.
You said $5 loose packs?
At Hills Wholesale as well. Sorry?
You said $5 loose packs?
Category 1 has, I think they're $5.55 a pack. They've got a few, about 10 or so loose packs earlier today they still had of Quidditch Cup. But yeah, that's the only place I've seen them lately for this set specifically. And yeah, that's... I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure if you hunt around on eBay or something, you could find them there too.
Yeah, she said that it's about that price on eBay.
Yeah. The Diagon Alley, the next set, when I got this around the same time, I think this one was a little bit more, was about 200 USD, and then the Hogwarts Adventures at Hogwarts was more again. This was the cheapest of the sets to find. Actually, these two are the cheapest right here by far. It's a fair step up for this one, and then even a much larger.
I love when everybody says hi to each other in the chat.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love it.
So, yeah, this was still in the first year of the set. Let's see, where does it show the release date on this thing? 36 boosters. Ooh. Italy, France. Anyway, this was still 2001 anyway. I believe this set released right around the time of the first film. The base set came out a little bit before the first movie. And then in the interim between the first movie and the second, these two came out. And Chamber of Secrets was leading right up just a little bit before the second movie came out, at which point they canceled the game, unfortunately. The... Oh, I had it on my iPad. I was going to pull it up. But there is a website for the game that's maintained by fans, and they've made some virtual sets to continue it on since then. Official released sets for this game, there were 5.
So 5.
Yeah, there were 5. There was the core or base set was the initial release. This was the second. Diagon Alley was the third. Adventures at Hogwarts was the fourth. And then Chamber of Secrets came out just before the game got canceled.
That's the set that Chamber of Secrets is a set that's really expensive, isn't it?
Oh yes, that one is hideously expensive.
It it'd be fun to get some. So Dragon Fang Dan says he's drinking some of their leftover homemade wine and feeling pretty agreeable.
Chamber of Secrets probably costs about as much as a box of this does.
And then set 6 was Chamber
or more.
of Endless Student Debt.
Alright, so I guess I should get this.
Let's go.
Opened if we're going to open it, because yeah, I've been sitting on this for a little while looking forward to
Wizard Schooling cheap, says Void.
Nope, sure isn't. Good old Wizards of the Coast from back in the very early 2000s. Back when the big war between Wizards and Decipher was still going on, but Decipher had just been dealt a heavy blow at this point.
All the wands and books and eyes of Newt. It's up. Also, for those of you who might not have noticed or weren't here earlier when we hit our milestone, we actually hit 2,000 subs earlier today. And it's still
Hopefully
there.
we can hold that.
And you know what we're opening on Monday if we hold the 2,000 subs, right? Any guesses?
Should be able to. I'm going to rotate this a little bit so we got... Now...
Yep, we hit it earlier today, and last I checked, it was sitting at 2006.
Oh man, I'm just a little short on space here. I can't get this open.
No? We can move this over.
Yeah, let's pull these out of here for now. And we've got the castle for the backdrop. Even with this backed right up there, I don't know if I can... I can just squeeze the binder in. Alright. So I want to try and do the set as we're opening packs, which might be a little complicated, but...
The last time I was kind of helping put it into it, wasn't I?
Yeah, kind of. So, now, it says that there's 3 premium cards per 10 packs on average, and that's your foils. And that's where most of the value is for this set. Non-foil rares, even the better ones in the set, tend to go for $2 or $3. The foil versions, the most sought-after ones, can get up to sort of $10 to $15 range.
Ryan's asking if there's a card that you're hoping to pull.
I'm hoping to complete the set. So I want to pull all the cards. But the best ones, I think the foil version of Harry the Seeker is probably the top one. I think Catch the Snitch is up there as a top one. I should mention, before we get in there are the 3 different pack arts on the booster packs. So some people collect, for their sealed collection, one of each pack art for things. On the front of this binder I've got one of each pack art for the base set, just for loose wrappers. So let's get going and see what we find here. That background's getting right fuzzy when I put things up close.
Yeah.
Where are we?
What year is this from?
2001. So, yeah, almost a quarter century old. So there's the little expansion symbol. Any card you find with this little cup on it, that tells you that it's from this Quidditch Cup expansion. This is the Quidditch lesson. This was the brand new lesson type. Like I said, there was 4 lesson types in the base set. This is the new one that was introduced. This is card 79 out of 80. And we have a Care of Magical Creatures lesson. Again, with Quidditch Cup. And this is 76 out of 80. Oh, our first card, Fred and George Weasley. This is... Is this an uncommon? I thought these guys were a rare. Well, that fools me. The little square there is the rarity symbol. So this is an uncommon. This is card 5 out of 80.
I don't know. Is there a way to put captions on?
So some characters you did have combined sort of 2 in 1 like this in very special circumstances, which the twins are one of. So here we have Gryffindor Unique Wizard. You may use 1 action instead of the usual 2 to put an adventure card from your hand into play, even if you already have one in play. If you already have one in play, discard the old one. So basically it cuts in half the cost of playing adventures. They're an adventuresome lot.
Oh, there might be a way that I can put
So
captions
card
on.
5 would go right here. Next we have Power Play. Card 45. Another uncommon with a little square there. Costs 6 in the Quidditch type. Play this card only if a match is in play. Do 7 damage to your opponent. So again, matches were a new card type to go with the Quidditch type. So that's 9 and 9 is 18, 27, 36, 45 should be right here.
Let's see where. No,
Is that in there? Missing Parchment. Another uncommon. Look at your opponent's hand. If there are any spell cards there, choose one of them and discard it. So this is for charms. And that's 41. So 4, 3, 2, 41. Goes. Ooh.
What?
We got the Sorting Hat in foil. Now there's 2 different foil treatments. There's the full hollow treatment, which I've only ever seen wizard cards get. And then there's these other foil pattern backings for any number of other cards. So we got a foil right off the hop. This is card 29, the Sorting Hat. An item for Transfiguration, which is the red butterfly. It costs 8. You need 8 lessons in play to play this. You may use 2 actions to search your deck. Take any character card. Take a character card of a character that isn't already in play and put it into play. Then shuffle your deck. Okay, so this lets you just go and put any wizards you've got in your deck, any characters, straight onto the field without having to draw them. If you've got one in your deck, you can just go tutor them up, whatever you want. That could be certainly handy for a wizard-themed deck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish.
Do we have sleeves handy?
Yeah, some right here.
Yeah, let's sleeve the foils. That sounds like a good plan to me. Get a few out loose here so they're handy.
I wish I knew how to enable captions. I don't know how to do that.
Now, I know some cards had foil versions and non-foil versions, and I don't know if they're all duplicated. So the little star there next to the number, it indicates that this is a rare. So let's get this right in here where it's going. So that's, where are we? Did I? Okay, that was page 1. So that's 18, 27. This is 29. So 1, 2, this goes here. Next we have Cunning Fox. Damage each turn 3, health 1, and it takes 5 lessons to play, and it's care of magical creatures. Card 57. So 45, 54, 55, 56, 57 goes here. Ooh. Next we have a Streeler. Looks like a big slug. 4 to play. Again, care of magical creatures. When you play this card, you may choose another creature in play. Do 1 damage to it. So it's an anti-creature creature. Interesting. It's got 2 health itself and deals 1 damage each turn to the player. Card 72 out of 80. So, where were we? That was 57, 63, 72 goes here.
I've seen some channels that have captions, so I look at where we could. I don't know.
Next we have Stream of Flames. Do 3 damage to your opponent. You may also choose a creature in play and do 3 damage to it. 5. Okay, so 3 and potentially 3 to a creature as well.
I hope Canadian was one of those languages.
71, and this is a Charms, again, lesson.
Well, there is Canadian
so that
English,
goes
so...
here. There is. You don't see it laid out officially, or at least I don't very often. There's a Lily Cobra, 5 to play. Card 56.
I was
Creature
talking,
plant.
Was it earlier today I was asking you about how do you know when somebody might be Canadian in chat? Or was it last night?
Well, that's, again, yeah. But
I said might be Canadian.
yeah. We use the same British spellings
and
usually.
And it's how we spell color.
Yeah. The OU in color and flavor.
I'm sorry,
and
I'm not gonna change how I spell it. I can't. I have to spell it that way.
Honor and lots of things. Anyways, at the end of each of your turns, remove all damage counters from Cobra Lily. So this thing heals itself at the end of each turn, if it hasn't died, obviously. And it's got health 3, so that's interesting. 2 damage each turn. I said that was 56. So that goes right up here next to the Cunning Fox. And then we've got a Cobbing. I'll just get this in here.
I wonder what box of... Llewellyn never got back to us which box she has.
No, she didn't. So this is a 7 cost.
Still laughing at my own joke right now.
Do 4 damage to your opponent. Then if your opponent has any cards in play, he or she chooses one of them and discards it. Huh. That's interesting.
The nuns at my private school caught me cobbing once. Not sure what that means, but it sounds fun.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it seems to be just sort of like they're elbowing each other on their brooms there. I'll get these 2 in here. This was 72. This is 76. So 3, 4, 5, 76.
Oh, so like nudging someone off their broom during Quidditch. Yeah.
79.
That tracks with the play of the card. Yep.
All right, so we've got, honestly, that was a decent first pack. We got a foil rare, and we also got a wizard card in Fred and George Weasley. So that was nice to see, to get us going here. Fred and George, known as Quidditch players, so they're perfectly at home in a set like this. They got a second version of Fred and George that came in Chamber of Secrets. So the 5th and final set, there was a different version of Fred and George you could get. Oh, we got a potions lesson this time. So this is lesson 78. Or card 78, I should say. So that goes right over here. Now, because the starter deck that we had didn't have potions, that's the lesson type that I expect I'll be shortest on. We had lots of Care of Magical Creatures. We had some Charms and Transfiguration lessons in the starter deck. And from what I understand, in this set, these Quidditch lessons, you get almost always one in every pack because it was a brand new lesson type. And then one of the other 4 types as well is the usual pattern. So I expect to be swimming in Quidditch lessons. Ooh, we got Scabbers as our first. Oh, that's a rare. Wasn't sure if he was an uncommon or a rare, but that's a rare.
Oh, the star over. Okay.
And this is a creature, not a wizard. Unique rat. If Scabbers is... So, because it's unique, you can only have 1 Scabbers in play, obviously. If Scabbers is discarded from play during your opponent's turn, put it into your hand. So he's resilient in that way. 1 damage each turn, health 3. What's the flavor text here? The rat was still snoozing on Ron's lap. He might have died, and you wouldn't know the difference, said Ron in disgust.
It's a little blurry on the...
Yeah, and you can see the 2001 copyright down there at the bottom as well. Wait a minute.
What?
Am I mixed up here? Okay. This is an uncommon, because there's the square.
So what's the star on the other side?
That's a good... See, that's throwing me for a loop. Or no, with a creature, it does go there. Okay. No, I mixed up. Yeah, that is a rare. And this symbol here is here on all the... No, it's just on the creature cards. I don't know. It's on the sideways cards. So the rarity symbol uses a square for uncommons, but this isn't one, because this is a rare. But it's just there in the trademark line for some reason as well. Yeah. Okay, so this is Scabbers. What did I say? Card 24. So that'll be on page 2.
We should have put
18.
numbers in the spots.
Well, maybe. I said 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Scabbers goes here.
Ooh, sticking up for Neville.
Sticking up for Neville. Okay, well, they're on their brooms in that scene. That's Harry chasing Malfoy.
Because Malfoy was
in
being
their
a
first
big jerk.
Quidditch lesson. It's an adventure. Before each of your turns, your opponent takes 4 damage. Okay, that's pretty good effect. To solve, your opponent discards his or her hand. Your opponent's reward, your opponent may put up to 4 non-healing cards from his or her discard pile on the bottom of his or her deck in any order. Okay, so they get to restock into their deck 4 cards. That's still pretty good, I think. I mean, it would put some pressure on your opponent, and discarding your hand is non-trivial unless you've played most of your cards anyway. That's card 48. Yeah, so again, okay, so here by the expansion symbol, there's the square, or diamond, because it's on the corner, for the rarity, and then there's the one in the copyright line, which is not confusing at all. He turned his broomstick sharply to face Malfoy in midair. Malfoy looked stunned. Was that looking stunned? Oh, we got Comet 260 is next. But let's get this in its spot here. This will speed up as we go as I get more of these slots filled. 45, 46, 47, 48. This goes up here. Comet 260. Card 32. Item Broom provides 1 Quidditch lesson. Costs 3 to play. Once during each of your opponent's turns, you may prevent 1 damage done to you. If you play this card and you already have a broom in play, discard the old one. So you can only have 1 broom out at a time by the sound of it. This one provides you a Quidditch lesson and prevents 1 damage done to you on each of your opponent's turns. So that's a small but useful effect. And I said that's 32. So that will go 1836, 5432 here. Oh,
ooh,
wow.
Shiny.
Another foil.
Gold Cauldron.
2 for 2 on the foils so far. That's nice.
That's your second pack. Okay.
That's a Gold Cauldron. Costs 9 potions to play.
Pretty.
Provides 5 potion lessons itself.
Ooh.
Once it's on the board. So if you're looking to play expensive stuff, this could help ramp. To play this card, return 2 of your potions lessons from play to your hand. So, yeah, okay.
That looks cool.
Card 7 of 80. So this is a first page card by Bob Petillo for the artist. Well, that's nice. Oh, and again, I should sleeve the foils just in case. I don't think this is one of the most sought after ones. 9 is quite a bit to play, and at that point, I don't think you probably need to ramp a whole lot in most games, but you never know. Next, we have Clean Sweep 7, so our second broom we've found. Costs 2 to play, provides 1 lesson, just like the previous broom. When you play this card, look at the top 4 cards of your deck and put them back on top in any order. If there are fewer than 4, then look at them all.
Cobb's Founder.
If you play this card and you already have a broom, discard the old one. Okay, so Clean Sweep 7. That's card 54.
You fell off your broom. Oh, man.
54 will go there. Now, Bloodroot Poison for potions. 2 potions lessons to play, or two lessons including potions is technically how it works. Spell. To play this card, discard 1 of your potions lessons from play. Do 4 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. So you can hit creatures or your opponent with it. Only costs 2 for 4, but you gotta discard a lesson. That's a significant downside most of the time, I would think. Still, it's a smaller version of the Malevolent Mixture, but it's also a common. Where are we? 51.
I feel like chocolate, but I don't think we have any. We don't have any chocolate anywhere, do you?
I don't believe so. I considered picking some up today, but I ended up not. Next, we have Mice to Snuff Boxes. Transfiguration spell. It's a neat picture. Poor little mice dealing with all these students learning how to do these interesting things. Choose up to 2 creatures in play and return them to their owner's hands. So that'll gum up your opponent's creatures if that's what they're playing.
Has chocolate. Avery
Card 62. I don't even have to buy Elizabeth chocolate. Just walk to the corner store after hitting the Pokestops in our first walk of the day. Okay. It's usually not a hard sell. People are usually keen for chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's 72. So this will be 63. 62 goes right here. Next we have Practice Match. So this is our first match card, I think. Only takes 1 lesson to play. To win, do 5 damage to your opponent while this card is in play.
Chocolate sounds amazing.
That damage doesn't have to be done all at once, but with matches, unlike adventures, either player can win the match. So you can win your own match, or your opponent can scoop it on you. The winner may draw 4 cards. Drawing cards in this game can be a bit of a double-edged sword because you're trying to run your opponent's deck out. That's card 65. So 63.
I have chocolate pudding. I forgot.
64, 65. This goes here. We got a double in our first pack in the Quidditch lesson. That's not surprising. Let's see how long it takes to get another double. We got Smash for our last card of the second pack.
You gotta watch chat.
Choose.
Busy making pudding.
Try to. Do I have Cocoa Mix left? Let me check. Choose one of your opponent's items in play and discard it. So get rid of one of those cauldrons. Bludger can do that. Card 70. So that'll go right here. On to pack 3. Ooh, macadamias. I love macadamia nuts in general, but any type of nuts almost goes well with chocolate. I'll say that.
There's those cookies that we get sometimes that you don't like to call cookies are delicious.
Here's these charms lesson. So this is card 77. That will go right here. Oh, wow. Nice.
What'd I miss?
First uncommon of pack 3 is Fluffy. So that's a rare. Fluffy. Dog. Unique. Takes 10 Care of Magical Creatures lessons.
Ooh, fun.
You can see him guarding the trap door there. To play this card, discard 2 of your Care of Magical Creature lessons from play. Damage each turn 12. Health 21. So that...
Do I have Coco? Let me check.
That is a big dog.
I don't.
That is a big dog. 12 damage each turn and 21 health. But yeah, 10 lessons to play is definitely substantial. You'd need to ramp to get there probably. As the door creaked low, rumbling growls met their ears. All 3 of the dog's noses sniffed madly in their direction. So that's a scary puppy. Card 4. So that's back to the first page.
I'm trying to watch what you're opening, so if you hear the mixing of the pudding, that's what I'm doing. I'm hand mixing it.
A little bit scarier than Scabbers, but
after I'm done mixing, it'll be about 10 minutes before it's ready.
So I guess these are at least semi-alphabetical because Fluffy's right in front of Fred and George there. Next we have Into the Forbidden Forest.
This pudding's really good with raspberries.
So there's Hagrid, Harry, and Hermione, by the look of it.
I think it's good.
Or is it Hagrid, Harry, and Draco? I don't think Draco's hair is that long, although it is set to be more on the yellowish side. This is card 39. An uncommon adventure. Whenever one of your creatures does damage to your opponent, it does 1 more damage. So creatures become a little bit harder hitting. To solve, your opponent skips a total of 5 actions. You get 2 actions a turn, so that's more than, that's 2.5 turns worth of actions. Those actions don't need to be one right after the other. And when they solve it, your opponent may draw a card. That's 1 action's worth of reward that they gave up 5 actions to do. That's... Wow.
All right.
This, I don't think, would get solved very quickly. This would just be a way to give your creatures a little damage buff. Not huge, but little. Yeah, might be worth trying out in a Care of Magical Creatures deck. Card 39. So 39, that goes up here.
A spoon and a glass of milk.
Next we have Doxy, a fairy. 6 Care of Magical Creatures, an uncommon. When you play this card, you may choose another creature in play, do 2 damage to it. So it, again, is a creature that can hurt other creatures when it comes into play. 6 is a little expensive for something this small, but it deals 2 damage. I don't know
what that means, but I'm all about it.
2 damage each turn and 1 health. So it's like a pixie, except it doxes people. I don't know. Doxy. It's certainly an irritant. So 36. That should go right about here. No. Wait. Yeah, 36 here.
You miscount?
Nope.
Was that card just backwards or did
Yes, this card is backwards.
That's weird.
That is weird.
They're all backwards.
Huh. Interesting. So those are my commons, I suppose. Or is this one the rare? No, it's a common.
Just flipping around.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Stream of Flames, do 3 damage to your opponent. You may choose a creature in play and do 3 damage to it as well. We've seen this one before, so this is our first. Okay, and that's a rare 2. Rare, that's a double 2. We've seen the Lily Cobra before.
Yep. And we saw that one. Cobbing.
Cobbing, yeah. That's a Quidditch card.
Fouled.
Fouled.
That I think is a new one, isn't it?
I think so. Spell, do 4 damage to your opponent. During your opponent's next turn, he or she gets 1 fewer action. If this would mean your opponent has fewer than 1 action, he still gets 1 action. Okay, so usually you get 2 actions a turn, but this reduces one of your opponent's actions and does some damage. That's a neat little combination. I could see this certainly
I don't
being
like it.
useful.
Not against me.
Card 60. Wham! A roar of rage echoed from the Gryffindors below. Marcus Flint had blocked Harry on purpose, and Harry's broom span off course. Harry holding on for dear life.
Ooh, we should make those banana oatmeal chocolate chip cookies that we used to make. Where it's basically just cinnamon, banana, oatmeal.
Could be fun.
And chocolate chips.
So there's a fouled.
So good.
Then we've got pulling up. Do 2 damage to your opponent, then draw 2 cards. Okay, so another smaller amount, but still some damage to your opponent, and then an extra effect, this time drawing 2 cards. 66.
Oh, go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Next we have Searching for the Snitch. So I'll cast 2. Search your deck. You may take a Quidditch lesson or a card that needs Quidditch power from your deck. Show it to your opponent and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Way up above them, Harry was gliding over the game, squinting about for some sign of the snitch. So if you've got, a key spell that you need, this is a tutor to go get it, as long as you're in, obviously, Quidditch lessons. That's handy. I can see that being useful for sure.
Those are sick.
That's unfortunate. On to pack 4. That one's a little shredded.
Got my blanket.
Quidditch lesson, and there's our charms lesson. So this might be, yep, that's all the lessons. Card 80 of 80. Oh, and our rare at the front here is Oliver Wood, Wizard, Gryffindor. Once per game, when one of your spell cards that needs Quidditch power does damage, you may have it do 8 more damage. So a one-time buff of 8 damage to one of your spells. That's a significant little boost for sure. The limit of once per game keeps it from being completely busted, I think, but But yeah, that's a nice ability. That Quidditch cup will have our name on it this year, said Wood happily as they trudged back up to the castle. Oliver Wood, card 18. So 18 goes in here behind the gold cauldron. Next we have a pep talk. Adventure. The first action your opponent uses on each of his or her turns must be used to draw a card. That's interesting. So you get a card draw each turn, and then you can use either of your two actions if you want to draw extra cards, or both if you really want. But this forces you to do that. So, again, that is an interesting effect for sure. That will limit things they can do, because some things cost both actions to play. To solve, your opponent shows you a card from his or her hand with a printed power needed of 8 or more. So here's, if you're, I guess that's one reason at least to make sure you've got some expensive cards in your deck. Opponent's reward, your opponent may draw 2 cards. Okay, so it's still forcing them to draw more. That's 43. So that goes in here. Oh, what's the text here? The quote. Don't want to pressure you, Potter, but if we ever need an early capture of the snitch, it's now. Alright, here's another uncommon. Jawbind Potion. Sounds nasty. Potion lesson. 4 lessons to play. Do 2 damage to your opponent. During your opponent's next turn, he or she can't play spell cards. Okay, so that would limit them to playing another wizard or an adventure, or drawing more cards, or playing something like an item. Yeah, that could be annoying against certain decks for sure. Card 40. That goes right here. Next we have Mopsus Potion. This costs 8, so that's a biggie. Do 3 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. That's not a huge amount of damage. It is versatile, because it can hit creatures too. And it doesn't have the downside of having to discard a lesson or something like the other one we saw earlier had. But 8 is a fair bit. I guess Potions has those cauldrons, which can help you to ramp to it more easily than some things. So there's that. 63 will go right here. Next we have Swarm. A spell for care of magical creatures. Costs 5. Count the number of creatures in play, yours and your opponent's. Do that much damage to your opponent. So if you're playing lots of creatures, or if your opponent is too, this could add up in a hurry. So this goes here. 73. Research. Transfiguration. To play this card, discard one of your lessons in play, doesn't matter what type. Search your deck. You may put up to 2 lesson cards from your deck into play, then shuffle your deck. Huh. So that would help you find odd lessons if you're missing a lesson type. And it also gets you 2 lessons for 1, so it's kind of like playing an extra lesson. But it costs 5. I don't know. Maybe you'd want to just be running an extra lesson in your deck at that point. And then, of course, Oops. And then, of course, there was the sheer size of the library. Tens of thousands of books, thousands of shelves, hundreds of narrow rows. That does sound like an awfully big library, to be honest. Bigger than any one that I had at school. Well, I guess some of the university libraries, I would still say they were hundreds of shelves, not thousands. That'll go here. We got a Clean Sweep 7. I'm sure we've seen this one before. Yeah, we've seen Clean Sweeps before. Ouch. Spell 5. Do 5 damage to your opponent. Then if your opponent has any cards in his or her hand, he or she chooses one of them and discards it. Alright.
Okay.
That could be useful.
All right.
And then we have another
What'd I
Streeler.
miss?
Ouch.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I feel like.
And a double Clean Sweep.
Alright, Ezra is on the couch.
With a bowl, just in case.
Oh, I don't think anybody wants to know that. Sorry, I was talking behind, but it's very hard.
Alright. This is... What is this? 5? I've lost count. Ooh. We got our Quidditch Cup rules card. So, match cards. Name, power needed to win, prize. To play a match card, you need the required amount of power and use up one of your actions. There can be only one match on the table. Okay, so an adventure which only your opponent can solve, I think is how those work. Takes 2 to play. So this is similar, but either player can solve it and it takes 1 to play. There can be only one match on the table in play at a time. So if your opponent already has a match in play, neither of you can play another one. A match... So, okay, so like the brooms, you replace the old one. This doesn't do that. It's just the match has to be finished before another one can be played. A match card has 2 parts. To win. This is what a player needs to do to win the match. Unlike adventures, flipping, it doesn't all have to be done at once, so a player might win practice match by doing 2 damage to his opponent, his or her opponent, 1 turn, and 3 more damage the next turn. This means each player needs to keep track of how much damage he or she has done towards winning the match. Also, unlike solving an adventure, either player can win the match. Prize. The winner gets the prize. Explained on the card. When a player wins the match is put into the discard pile of the person who played it. Uniqueness. The uniqueness rule does apply to 2 different unique cards that represent the same character. For example, if Harry the Seeker is in play, nobody can play Harry Potter or Harry the Seeker. So again, it's sort of a persona rule. This is neat. I saw rule cards included in Middle-earth packs for a while. I've seen them included in Magic the Gathering Legends packs. I don't remember any other set other than Legends that had rules cards. But I do remember a lot of card games early on did include these from time to time. So that's a neat little addition here. I'll put it at the end of the set. There's another Quidditch lesson. And a potions lesson. I've got these upside down, I think. Then we've got hospital bed.
That's mine.
Potions cost 9.
Put it away when you're done.
You may use an action to search your deck. You may take a healing card, show it to your opponent, and put it
Gotta
into
head
your
out.
hand.
Have a good evening, all.
Then
Alright.
shuffle your deck.
Have a good night, Dragonfang Dan.
Thanks for coming. So this is card 12. It's the rare hospital bed. It lets you search up healing cards.
Why is it so forward? Oh, it's off the table, that's why.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm used to this being the other way, where you have one leg forward and two legs back, but for some reason it doesn't want to do that right now.
That's how I like it. I like it set up this way.
So card 12. 10, 11, 12. That goes here.
Pudding is ready.
Next we have chocolate frogs.
Chocolate.
Yeah. They look tasty. Yeah, that's, speaking of chocolate and frog-shaped things and whatnot, people joke about Canadian names for places being strange all the time. When you find out about Moose Jaw or Saskatchewan.
Now I want chocolate.
Or Head Smashed in Buffalo Jump. You know, all these interestingly named towns in Canada. But I found that I found one in the United States which I think takes the cake. I recently discovered a town called Toadsuck, Arkansas. I don't even want to know how that place got its name. But Toadsuck, Arkansas is just as strange a name as anything we've got up here.
Here. This is my pudding. Yum. It's ready.
Yeah. So it costs 1. Search your deck. You may take a wizard or a witch card from your deck. And so and show it to your opponent and then put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck afterwards. Or then shuffle your deck. Okay, so this is a tutor for extra witch or wizard cards. Now you've got one that represents you in play by default. So there are decks designed to play a lot of wizards or witches. What are these? Harry asked Ron, holding up a pack of chocolate frogs. They're not really frogs, are they?
Can you still get them at Toys R Us?
I don't know, maybe. See them around sometimes, or we have.
Oh, somebody was asking me about
27,
the chocolate
28,
frogs
29, 30,
if you knew how
31
much
goes
they were.
over here. Sorry?
Somebody was asking if you knew the value of those cards that come in the chocolate frogs.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I know. I didn't think you did.
Weakness potion. To play this card, discard one of your potion's lessons. Do 5 damage to your opponent. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to you by your opponent's creatures. Interesting. Wonder why making your opponent weak would affect their creatures, but...
Oh, I thought you had that. I thought that was all pudding. But then I noticed you were eating stew. I was like, that's a lot of pudding. Ugh, I just need a little chocolate.
Beef and all kinds of vegetables.
Next, we have Bravado. There's Draco with Crab and Goyle, I presume. Spell. For the rest of the turn, your spell cards need 5 less power to play. You still need at least 1 power that matches. Okay, so that's a way to make something a lot cheaper for the next... If you've got something...
It's not focused, though, like the pictures. It's like you can't have the picture and the words focused at the same time. It's so weird.
It is a little strange. Maybe it's just the angle I'm holding it at? I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, but yeah, so if you got something that costs 8, you can play this with your first action, and then you have the 3 to play this, so you could play something that costs 8 with it, because it costs 5 less to play. That could be a nasty way to surprise somebody. And this is card 52. So that goes right here. Then we've got Smash. Seen that before. Fouled. Seen that before. Lily Cobra. Again, seen that. Practice Match. I think we've seen this too. 65. Yeah, this looks familiar. Practice Match we have seen. And Cobbing. Pack 6-ish. Surprise, surprise. We have another Quidditch lesson right up front. That's not a surprise at all, actually. We got a Care of Magical Creatures lesson. We've got our rare
Charms exam.
Charms exam. 7 to play. Your opponent discards his or her hand. Then he or she may draw any number of cards.
So that's better. That other angle you just had it on.
That is interesting. Opponent discards his or her hand and then may draw any number of cards. I mean, you want them to... I don't know what I think of this. I'll have to think about that one some more. Professor Flitwick called them one by one into his class to see if they could make a pineapple tap dance across a desk.
Mom, did that voice sound off?
That's card 3.
I was coughing a bit.
You sound fine.
Okay, just making sure.
So that'll go up here with Fred and George and Fluffy.
I guess we won't all be going to church tomorrow then.
I guess not. Missing parchment. Look at your opponent's hand. If there are any spell cards there, choose one of them and discard it. Okay, good to know what your opponent has in their hand, and if they have a spell, then they have to discard it to match the one you just used, so this could be useful. Doesn't cost much, only 2. 41. So it's 45, 41. Okay, we already saw this one, I just forgot. There we go. There's the Doxy again. And we're backwards again.
Oh, stupid. My iPad's being...
So there's 6 commons here. There's a clean sweep 7. Yeah, we've seen that before. Mopsis Potion. Again, we've seen that before. Research. Yeah, this was the tutor, but wasn't convinced that it would be better to just not run another lesson itself. We have Time Out. Don't think...
Hey, it's
This is
Tank. I'm
new.
on the wife's PC since mine is still at the other house.
Okay, thanks for stopping in.
Oh, Tank was here earlier under probably...
Curvania the Nightmare Pegasus. That's quite the name, I must
like
admit.
It's fun.
Look at the top 6 cards of your deck and put them back on top in any order. If there are... then you look at all of them. Okay. So you just get to decide what you're going to draw for the next couple turns here, basically. And the quote is, "Shut up, you two," said Wood. "This is the best team Gryffindor's had in years. We're going to win. I know it." Sounds like he's rebuking Fred and George. There's Angelina Johnson. There's Harry Potter. So yeah, I think most of this team actually, from one set or another, has had cards printed. We already saw the Oliver Wood card. Harry's had cards. The twins have had cards. And I'm pretty sure in Chamber of Secrets or someplace, there's a card for Angelina Johnson as well. So That's at least 5 of the 7 Gryffindor players that have cards available. 74. Goes right in here. Next we have Practice Match again. And Swarm again. Another Quidditch lesson. Another Care of Magical Creatures lesson. Scabbers. This is our first double of a rare. So that's potentially handy. I'll put that in a separate pile. Comet 260. We've seen this before as well. That's card 32. I'm very sure we've seen this card before.
Drills up here?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah. Penalty shot. That's new.
Oh, you tell everyone to put the pudding away.
So penalty shot. Draw 3 cards for 5. Interesting. Again, it's easy to draw cards in this game because you get 1 free card draw at the start of each turn, and you have 2 actions. You can use either of them to draw a card whenever you feel like. So this you have to wait till turn 5. You're giving up a card to draw 3, and using an action which you could have used to draw a card. This just really only gets you 1 card ahead, I think, to play it. I don't think I'd make this one a priority to put in my deck very much. Anyway, card 42. 45, 41, 42 goes here. Pulling up, do 2 damage to your opponent, then draw 2 cards. See, this one at least is, it's only drawing you 2 cards, but you are getting the damage and it's a little bit cheaper. I'd rather play this, to be frank. And we've already had this one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, we've had this one. Rope Bind. So this is new. 68. Spell for charms. Do 2 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. So this is an either or. Then draw a card. So you still get a card back, and you get the 2 damage, which can be used either way. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 68.
There, I got my ginger ale.
68 goes here, and that's our first complete page. Oops.
Yay. Losing the phone?
Yeah, knocked it over.
Everybody falling for Papa's Bocat now?
Not likely. But yeah, this page here is our first complete page here. So we're making progress.
Sorry.
Gone. Spell. Look at opponent's hand. If there were any creature cards there, choose one of them and discard it. So again, another way to scout your opponent's hand and maybe get rid of something depending what they're playing. Obviously, if they're playing creatures, then they have to be in Care of Magical Creatures as far as I know. So that's a little restrictive, but Care of Magical Creatures does seem to be a fairly common type, just based on the fact that both decks in the starter deck included it. And here's another Streeler and Cunning Fox. We've seen that before. Card 57. And Search for the Snitch. So yeah, all those we've seen before.
I was trying to figure out where Ezra picked up being sick from, but Lucas was sick last week, so. Yeah.
True. could be one of the reasons he was tired so early, too. Here's another one of these rule cards. Telling you about matches and uniqueness. I don't know if there are different rule cards, but that's the one we had previously anyway. Quidditch lesson and charms lesson.
Have you not gotten a foil card for a bit? Just the first two, or?
Yeah, just the first. Ooh, here's Neville. Neville Longbottom. Card 15. Gryffindor, unique wizard. You may prevent all but the first 8 damage done to you each turn. Huh. Okay. So it doesn't do much in the early game, but if you're worried about your opponent dealing you a whole pile at once, this can restrict it to just 8 per turn maximum that your opponent can deal to you. That could be very useful against certain decks, I must admit, because I've heard of some nasty combos that can deal you insane amounts of damage in one turn. Neville went bright red, but turned in his seat to face Malfoy. I'm worth 12 of you, Malfoy, he stammered. Well, in the right situation, I could see that being the case in this game. He's a rare. So is Malfoy, obviously. So card 15. We'll put him over here, just above Oliver Wood. Oh, we got a foil. It's not this card, but it's after this card. So we got 2 rares in this pack.
Yay.
I guess anytime you get a foil, you get an extra. Snape's Bias. He's got the ref whistle. That could be a problem. Adventure. Your opponent can't use actions to draw cards. To solve, your opponent lets you search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Opponent's reward. Your opponent may draw a card. Okay, so that's not a huge reward, and that's usually not a huge downside, although, yeah, it can be annoying if your opponent needs to dig for something. And lets you tutor up 2 things to get rid of it. I could see this be... I could try this out. It might be...
Is it supposed to be Ron, or is it,
It's red hair, so it could be... I'm guessing it's one of the Weasley twins. What's the... at least on the picture. Because Ron didn't play Quidditch in first year.
okay.
But in the flavor text it says Ron didn't answer. Snape had just awarded Hufflepuff a penalty because George Weasley had hit a bludger at him. Right. So biased to penalize somebody for hitting something at the ref. So that's 47. And our... whoops. No, it's not the next card. It's the card after. We have defense. 10 to play. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to you. Well, that is a strong effect. But it does 10 to play. 33. That'll go here in front of Neville. And our rare... Gaze into the mirror. And that's...
Ooh, that's a nice looking one.
It is. See, this is... See, maybe there's more than 2 different foil treatments, because this looks almost like a hollow on this side.
It's got lightning bolts and
And
stars.
it does have the lightning bolts and stars pattern, which comes partially onto this side as well. So, let me get this in here before I forget where it goes, and then we'll take a closer look at that for sure. Gaze into the mirror. Adventure. During your opponent's turn, prevent all damage done to you by spell cards. To solve, your opponent chooses 5 spell cards in his or her hand and discards them. Having to discard 5 spells, particularly, yeah, that could be awkward. Reward. Your opponent gets 1 more action. The turn this adventure is solved. So they get an extra action on the 1 turn only, not every turn hence. Prevent all damage done to you by spell cards. So this is a very anti-spell card. That could be handy. Harry was so close to the mirror now that his nose was nearly touching that of his reflection. "Mum," he whispered. "Dad?" This is card 6. That's pretty nice.
We're gonna have to make sure to give him some more eardrops before we go to bed.
Let's put a sleeve on that. Card 6. Right after the Weasleys. Or the Fred and George, I should specify. There's the Streeler again. Here is Time Out again. Research again. Swarm again.
This one was kind of fun to play, though.
The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the game it's a simple game, at least to start. They do introduce new types, some new card types and new lesson types. And so it does expand and get a little bit more complex, but it's still not a super complex game. And it's a fairly quick and interactive match. So yeah, I kind of like this game from what we've experienced so far, for sure. I'm looking forward to continuing to explore it.
But we didn't have more of it, or weren't into it when it was like being sold and stuff.
Well, that was right during my stay at university, and I was very busy with lots of other things at the time.
Oh, I never got into any card games until I met you, so.
Yeah, there's Charms, Support Banner, Potter for President.
Ooh, fun.
5 Quidditch. Item. At the end of your turn, draw a card if you played at least 1 spell card that needs Quidditch power that turn. Okay. So, way to get you some more card draw. Card number 28, and it's a rare. 28 will go right up here. Right next to the sorting hat. Then we have Petrificus Totalis. Poor Neville. Charms. Choose 1 of either player's creatures in play and a lesson card in that player's discard pile. Discard that creature and put the lesson card into play. So, interesting. That requires a little bit of setup, but it's quite the way to get rid of a creature. That's card 44, so that'll go right here. Another Charms lesson, Defindo, for 8. Choose 1 of your opponent's cards in play other than his starting character. Your opponent discards that card. So boom, just blow up anything other than your opponent's wizard themselves, basically. 35. That's pretty good. But it is on the pricey side.
I didn't want to do this. Why are you still loving the iPad is being finicky?
And then looks like our commons are backwards again. Mice, the snuffle boxes we've seen. Or snuff boxes, I should say. Vanish. We have not seen this. 7 to play. Choose one of your opponent's creatures or characters in play. So another wizard. You're allowed to play secondary wizard spells, but those extra characters are not you. And put it on the bottom of his or her deck. So you can get rid of a creature or a wizard they have played during the game.
I like that art.
Costs 7. It is neat art. The fox is sort of fading out there, isn't it?
That's kind of goes with the whole vanish.
Yep. So 75. That's the last card in the set before the lesson cards. So there we go.
You just sticking the lesson cards over there or something, so...
Well, they're part of the set, technically.
okay.
So that's
Oh,
cards
I see. You're already
76 through 80 of the set is
Sorry,
lessons.
how many cards are in this set?
80.
Okay.
It's a small set. Bravado, we've seen before. Fouled, we've seen before. And Cobra Lily. So it's getting to be less common now that we're over half a dozen. I think this is pack 8. Most of the commons are repeats for sure.
So, is there like a hollow version of every card?
No.
Only some.
Only some. The full hollows I've only ever seen for wizard cards.
Okay.
There's our Quidditch lesson and Transfiguration lesson. That's our first Transfiguration lesson. Ravenclaw match. Haven't seen this yet. That's a rare. Costs 1 to play. To win, do 10 damage to your opponent while this card is in play. And the prize is the winner searches his or her deck. He or she may take up to 2 lesson cards from his or her deck and put them into play. Then that player shuffles his or her deck.
Hey, Jonathan. Yeah, it's from 2001. It's Harry Potter TCG.
Yep. This was the second set in the Harry Potter TCG. Came out in 2001. The game ran for 2001 and 2002, and then was discontinued just before the Chamber of Secrets, the movie, came out. I heard somewhere that part of it was they didn't want the art style of this card
Came out
game
in 2099.
to be
Is
confusing.
that a typo?
Must be.
The future.
So 23. That'll help fill in this page a little bit. This goes beside Scabbers. Ravenclaw match. Oh, and Hufflepuff match. Back-to-back matches against Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. To win, do 8 damage to your opponent while this card is in play. The winner may draw 5 cards. The loser takes 5 damage.
Wait, why is Snape on a broom? Oh, because the judge had to be in the air?
I guess. Up in the air, Snape turned on his broomstick just in time to see something scarlet shoot past him, missing him by inches. This must have been just before he called that penalty against one of the Weasley boys. 37. And this one's uncommon. The Ravenclaw match was a rare. So this would be 27, 36, 37 goes up here.
How many cards are we missing from the first box? Or first set?
We didn't even attempt it because I knew we'd be nowhere near. We got probably less than a third or a quarter of the set, if I had to guess. Devil's Snare. This is new. It's an uncommon 4 to cost plant creature. To play this card, discard one of your Care of Magical Creature lessons from play. At the end of each of your turns, remove all damage counters from Devil's Snare. Okay, so it does heal itself.
Well, that could be fun.
2 damage
actually.
each turn, health 6. As for Harry and Ron...
Oh, you're not getting the updated chat on the phone, so you can't see them.
Oh.
It's
Sorry.
a chat on. No, it's not your fault.
As
the
for
chat is
Harry and
frozen.
Ron, their legs had already been bound tightly in long creepers without their noticing.
This is why I have chat on the iPad right next
This
to the
looks
phone.
familiar. Where does it say the artist? This one doesn't say the artist. That's interesting too in its own way. Huh.
Where's the artist's name? Usually.
Ordinarily down at the bottom there with the see illustration Doug Chaffee and the Lily Cobra. But this one doesn't have an illustration credit.
So Jonathan says, my question now is, when is Harry Potter coming to MTG?
Good question.
That could be a fun one.
Honestly, with the way they're going, nothing would surprise me for crossovers these days. They announced recently a SpongeBob set.
That seems...
Or SpongeBob... Ooh, here we go. Catch the Snitch foil. I think this is one of the...
Hey, Becca!
One of the top 5 or so cards in the set you can get. So, like I say, there's nothing super valuable in the set. I think the top card's only worth about $15. And so, you know, your top 5 cards are sort of $10 and up type thing. So, but...
That's a nice looking one.
Foil Catch the Snitch. Rare. You win the current match. You get the prize. So you can play a match and then play this to win it right away without having to do the task.
Ooh, Becca, guess
Harry had suddenly gone into a spectacular dive, which drew gasps and cheers from the crowd. Card 2 in the set.
Guess what we're gonna open on Monday? You know, provided our sub count stays the same. We're gonna open this on Monday.
Looking forward to it. Two big openings in 3 days. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, this one has more cards, but that one's got more potential.
Yeah.
For something really special. So this is a nice pull though.
Lord of the Rings, open.
Card 2. Foil, Catch the Snitch. Next we have Bloodroot Poison.
Hand open, planned open.
We've seen this before, but only once. To play this card, discard one of your potion lessons, do 4 damage to your opponent or to a creature. Yeah, we've seen this before. Where I don't like this setup.
I don't think it would... Okay, hold on a second.
And we've got another ouch. We've got
That's
another
not any better.
bravado. We've got a smash.
There we go.
We're pushing the castle off the table. Oops, I'm putting cards in the wrong piles.
I just finished watching Chamber of Secrets a bit ago. Nice.
And we got a double of Vanish.
You need a bigger table. We have a bigger table.
The camera almost vanished right off the table into my lap. That would be scary in a number of ways.
Oh, you got a second box? It was a little delayed.
Yeah. We got a Quidditch lesson and a potions lesson. Yay! This is our second potions lesson. Like I said, this is the one I'm most worried about being short on for deck building purposes. Oh, we got another Neville. So
Nice.
that's our second rare double.
Protect the castle, says Founder.
So we got Neville and Scabbers as double rares now. Sticking up for Neville. We've seen this before, I believe.
Yep.
48. So that's an adventure. Double. We've got Pep Talk. We've seen Pep Talk before, I think we have.
I don't know.
The first action your opponent uses on each of his turn must be used to draw a card. Yeah, we've seen this. This is 43. 43 is over here. So
Yeah, there it is.
yeah.
I got busy for a bit, so.
Oh, another foil. Start of Term Feast.
Jonathan's asking again how expensive box these is.
Again, I haven't looked recently, but about 2 years ago when I picked this up, it was going for about 150
Ooh.
bucks US.
Foil.
Yeah, start of turn feast for charms. Put up to 4 lesson cards from your discard pile into your hand. So you stock up on lessons ready to go. There's got to be an application for that somewhere. I just don't know what it is. It also would take some setup to get those lessons into your discard pile.
We're gonna have to wait next. We did say that we were gonna open that big collector's box there, the classic collector box, once we hit 2K. But we're gonna have to wait till your next set off.
Yeah. Stream of Flames. Have we seen this? Do 3
I
damage
pop
to
in
your
every
opponent.
few weeks on one
You may choose to
of my
do.
sleepless nights. Well, you're welcome anytime.
You may also choose a creature in play and do 3 damage to it. I think we have seen this one. 71 is right near the end. Yeah. There's the Cobra Lily again.
So how many were we missing from the set?
In the early pages where most of the rares are, we haven't got half the page
Oh, okay.
done yet.
Uh-oh.
We had 1 page that we did complete. Pulling Up and Fouled are both cards we've seen a few times. Quidditch lesson, Care of Magical Creatures lesson. Oh, here's a rare. We got card number 11, Harry the Seeker. So this is the second version of Harry they printed, I believe. There was one in the base set, which I don't have a copy of. Wizard Unique Gryffindor. Once during each of your turns, when you use an action to play a Quidditch lesson card, you may also draw a card. So this will keep you in the action and draw you extra cards as you're playing Quidditch. If you're building a Quidditch-themed deck, that could be quite good. Harry saw it. In a great rush of excitement, he dived downwards after the streak of gold. So that's neat. And that goes 11 up here. Race for the Snitch. This is new. Adventure. Your opponent discards the card he or she draws at the start of each of his or her turns. To solve, your opponent discards his or her hand. So it locks them out from getting new cards unless they use actions. They have to discard their hand. And your opponent's reward is you discard your hand. Harry was faster than Higgs. He could see the little round ball, wings fluttering, darting up ahead.
That power get finished?
I think I saw it in Lucas's room.
I need some.
I have one stashed on the top shelf on the far right behind things. That goes over here. The Adventures.
You have it on the fridge?
No, I'm talking about... Well, there was one on the top shelf in the back, just sort of in the middle in the fridge. But I meant in the cupboard. Penalty Shot, we've seen before. And then we got Rope Bind, we've seen before. Practice Match, we've seen before. Gone, we've seen this before. Swarm. Time Out, we've seen before. Ooh, Drowsiness Draft. This we might not have seen before. Now this, interestingly, just as a side note, this spelling of draft, I first encountered this, I think, when I was reading through Lord of the Rings. And it's not how I usually spelt draft or saw it spelt. And so, yeah, it's usually when you take a deep draft of breath or deep, sort of guzzle of a drink. Or guzzle is probably not quite the word, but a deep drink from a drink. And yeah, I used to, when I was first read through and didn't immediately recognize the meaning, I used to pronounce that in my head draught. But no, it's draft. And I've heard other people pronounce it that way and be confused. So just in case, it took me a bit to notice it. Ooh, and this one is a Hildebrandt by Greg Hildebrandt for the art. Do 3 damage to your opponent. During your opponent's next turn, he or she can't use actions to play lesson cards. So that'll slow down their development. But it does cost 8, so that is significant. Let's get another pack. We got a bloom pack here. Oh, the first lesson is not Quidditch. Transfiguration. There's the Quidditch. And then we have Charms Exam, the pineapple. This is a double of a rare. And here's Missing Parchment. I've seen that before.
Oh, did you catch all these chats? Because I
I
was busy.
haven't been reading closely.
Oh. Okay.
Jawbind Potion. Yeah, I think we've seen this before
You
too.
didn't call me Tank. And then, because it is Tank. Jonathan said, who snitched? And Becca was like, oh, and then
Nice to
Tank
snuff
was
boxes.
like, Ron sis. Ron did.
Smash.
I
Ooh,
suck.
this is new.
Becca laughs. And Tank says,
Spell. This is our first healing spell,
Yeah.
I think. Bruise Wart Balm. From potions, costs 3. Shuffle up to 5 non-healing cards from your discard pile into your deck. Okay, so you heal yourself 5, or your deck 5. Card 53. Goes right over here. This might be the common we've seen the most of so far, the Lily Cobra. It's been very common. Fouled, we've seen. Cobbing, we've seen.
I'll be back, says Becca. Whenever I see somebody write, I'll be back, I hear it in Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice. In my head.
Yeah. So there's Quidditch. Do you know where those magazines are, by the way?
Which magazines?
That we got for this game?
No idea.
Yeah. They got
Miss Terminator.
They got put somewhere to say, oh, catch the snitch. We got one of these in foil, now we have a non-foil version.
How many packs are in that box? 36?
36 packs, 11 cards per pack, but 2 of them are lessons in every pack.
It's the same size as a Pokemon booster box.
Pretty much.
We were comparing this today.
Yeah. They're obviously, this is meant to open the broad side, and that's meant to flip open and display upright, so they're a little different in that sense. But there's Pep Talk we've seen.
Honestly, seeing the prices, how they've gone up recently, how crazy they are now, I kind of wish I bought more of the Lost Origin and the
Strategy Session.
Fusion Strike at the the
Yeah,
200
hindsight's
something or
$20.
$300.
You may put up to 3 Quidditch lessons from your hand into play. Okay, so if you've got a lot of lessons, this can get you deploying them in a hurry. But that's pretty niche. Clean sweep 7. Oh, this is card 49. I don't want to forget to actually put it in the book.
Hopefully
That completes the second page for us.
Hopefully that growl kicks in quickly for Ezra, because he needs to sleep.
Hopefully. There's the clean sweep 7 again. Where did I put it? In here. Ouch again. There's the Streeler again. Bloodwort Poison again. We've seen that before. Mice to Snuff Boxes. And Vanish again. Each.
What time do you normally get home in the mornings? From work?
Just before 7 typically.
I was thinking if Ezra Brindley end up being sick this week, you might have to come home and get straight into making lunches for the kids that aren't.
There's a gold cauldron. We had one of these in foil very early on. Here's one in non-foil as a rare double. Here's defense.
Have you had that one yet?
I think so. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to you. Card 33. That should be on the previous page.
Yeah, there
defense. There it is. So. Oh, this is new. In the Stands. Adventure. Your opponent can't play creature cards. Your opponent chooses 4 creature cards in his or her hand and discards them to solve. And your opponent may draw a card as the reward. So again, fairly minor reward, especially since they just have to discard 4 cards. But yeah, this could mess with creature decks a certain amount. It took perhaps 30 seconds for Snape to realize that he was on fire. Card 38. Uncommon. And there, this is probably the clearest reference I've seen to Quirrell so far.
Quirrell or Quirrell?
Quirrell, whatever. I've heard it pronounced either way, but... So that completes that page. This page we're still missing 1. Here's our commons. Practice match. Cobbing, Bind, Cunning Fox, Stream of Flames, Pulling Up. Yep, these are all doubles.
Can I open one?
Sure.
I'll let you open my stuff.
Yep.
We don't want me opening that box of Fusion Strike right now, so.
Probably wouldn't be optimal.
I do want to open it at some point, but.
Quidditch lesson. Potions lesson, yay!
You want more of those?
That's the one I'm most worried about being short of since it didn't come in the starter deck.
So you got, oh, is there, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just seeing something.
Start of term feast. We had a foil of that, so that's our
Oops, sorry.
a double, but non-foil.
Got that one already. Oh, you just got this one.
62.
Drowsiness Draught, or is that Draft?
Draft. Yeah, we've already discussed
Did we just
that.
get this twice, or that's a different room?
Clean sweep 7. No, we had the Comet 62.
Oh, okay.
Both of these. This is a common, this is an uncommon.
Okay.
And there we've had.
And then we got Research. That Swarm one I saw. And then we got this one we saw. And Mice to Snuff Boxes. Did you have that one?
Yep.
Well, nothing new.
Nothing new. You want to try another one?
I do. I get to open until we get something new. How about that?
Sure. always a little disappointing. That was the first pack we opened, I think, that there wasn't a single new card in.
Alright. That's my luck.
There's the rule card again, same one we've had before.
At the
Quidditch lesson.
Hey, you get that?
Charms lesson. There's Oliver Wood. We've had him before. And that's, yeah, regular version.
How about weakness potion? Yeah, you had that one. You had the
Weakness
doxy.
potion. Did we have this one?
Oh, hey.
Oh, a foil. Hospital bed. We had a hospital bed, but we didn't have a foil one, I don't think. So
You
sleeve
may
that up.
use action to search your deck. You may take a healing card, show it to your opponent, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Yay! You got the hollow card. So does that count as something new?
Well, in one sense. What card is it again?
I'll let you.
We'll put that in the binder, and that way we'll have the non-hollow to play with if we want.
Bravado, I remember seeing. How about this one? Smash.
Yes.
The Vanish. I like that fox.
That fox is neat.
And then that
And
one
then
we saw.
Cunning fox. Yeah.
And that one. So, can I do one more?
Sure.
And even if I don't
Try
get
and get this substituted out there
Alright.
with the hospital bed over here.
If I don't get anything new in this, I'll still let you open a pack or two, or however many. Because I did get a foil. Alright, let's go. What other card do you want to see? Because possibly you might not get them all.
Is Professor McGonagall in this set? I'd like to see her.
I got Transfiguration.
Transfiguration lesson. Marcus Flint. There's a new one.
Okay.
So
Oh, sorry. You
That's
wanna...
a rare. Card 14. Slytherin, unique. Once per game, you may make your opponent choose 3 cards in his or her hand and discard them. If there are fewer than 3 cards in your opponent's hand, they discard all the cards.
Is it the boy with the unibrow?
I'm not
Because it almost
sure.
looks like it. See that?
Slytherin Captain Marcus Flint gains the quaffle, and off he goes. Flint flying like an eagle up there. Lee Jordan, commentator. So he was the captain of Slytherin in the first year.
You've said this one, right? The Diffindo?
Findo, yes.
And then, yeah, sticking up for Neville. Ooh! A foil scabbers.
Sleeve it.
Oh, there's some cards backwards again. As much as I dislike the Scabbers character, this one's kind of cute. It's got stars on them.
Yeah. I don't remember anything about that in the book. I just remember Ron trying to turn him yellow.
Alright, and the cards, these cards were backwards. So you got Mopsis Potion? I don't remember seeing that one, but I'm assuming you probably had that one. Bloodroot Potion? Poison? Desk into Pig?
That's new. I don't think we've seen this one before.
Okay.
So what's it do? To play this card, discard one of your lessons from play. Search your deck. You may take up to 3 creature cards from your deck, show them to your opponent, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Card 58. Then she changed her desk into a pig and back again.
Fun. This one we had. And then there's research that we had.
So card 58. This completes this page here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 pages in a row complete. And this page is basically complete because that's the end of the set. So the back half of the set is basically complete at this point.
Cool. Thanks for letting me open. That was a fun pack.
Marcus Flint is card 14.
I got to open 2 shiny cards.
Card 14. That goes right in front of Neville here. So we're making some progress for sure. Our front page has got 6 out of 9. Our next page is 5 out of 9. Then we've got only 3 out of 9 on page 3. And we're missing 1 card on page 4. So, but it's all sort of in the front half now that is where the cards are that we're missing. Another potions lesson. Good to see. Halloween Feast. Hadn't seen this one yet. That's a rare.
Okay, cool.
Charms. 4 to play. Put up to 4 creature cards from your discard pile into your hand. So get your creatures back.
That's fun.
1,000 live bats fluttered from the walls and ceiling, while 1,000 more swooped over the tables in low black clouds, making the candles in the pumpkins stutter. Yeah, stutter. Interesting. Card 10. So that goes here. Snape's Bias, we've seen. Power Play. Have we seen Power Play?
I don't remember seeing it.
6. Play this card only if a match is in play. Do 7 damage to your opponent. 45. I think we have seen Power
Okay,
Play.
I must have missed it when you pulled it. The Desk and a Pig again.
Desk and a Pig we just found. That was our last common we were missing, I suspect, at this point. Clean Sweep, we've seen. Research, we've seen. Ouch. Bravado, Vanish. So we're definitely picking up the pace here. We're over halfway through the box now. You can see the little...
I like that box.
This little Quidditch stadium, which is interesting.
So nice.
Interesting because there is no Quidditch field in this model behind us either. There's another Quidditch Cup rules card. I suppose we could do a little giveaway if we wanted to.
We could.
Put together a little package of some of our doubles. We've had 3 Scabbers. We could give away a Scabbers and a rule card and maybe something else. Oh, here's Trevor. Trevor, unique toad. This is Neville's toad. Costs 3. When you play this card, you may put a lesson card from your discard pile into your hand. Whenever a spell card damages you, you may let Trevor take that damage instead. When you play this card, you may put a lesson card. Huh. So Trevor can take the hit for you. He's got 1 health and doesn't do damage to your opponents. Okay, he can take the hit from you from spells, not from other creatures or things. But from spells, he could take the hit for you. That's interesting.
Oh, Trevor's Neville's toad.
Yes, Trevor is Neville's toad, absolutely. That's card 30. So that goes here, and this finishes this page.
Doing good.
So now it's just the first 3 pages we're trying to finish up. Petrificus Totalis, we've seen. Jawbine Potion, we've seen. Drowsiness Draft, we've seen. Trying to sort these as I go. Bruisewort Bomb.
Hey, Meeks, how's it going?
Mopsis Potion. Time Out, we've
Meeks
seen.
says, love everything I'm seeing right now. Howdy, y'all.
Swarm and Research.
I hope you're having a good night.
Trying to remember, I had a list for all the different wizard cards that were in each set. And I was going to reference it and talk about... Oh, wow, no Quidditch lesson in this pack. This is the first pack that's had a Quidditch lesson nowhere.
Out of Control?
Yeah, Out of Control.
I don't know if I don't remember seeing that one.
That's a new one. 10 costs Quidditch spell. Do 6 damage to your opponent. Then your opponent chooses 4 cards from his or her hand and discards them. If there are fewer than 4 cards in your opponent's hand, discard them all. So yeah, 10 is a
That's
lot.
A fun art.
10 is a lot to play. It is a fun art for sure.
Are these newer Harry Potter or back in the day ones? Back in the day ones.
These are back in the day. This is Wizards of the Coast Harry Potter game from 2001/2002. This was the second set that they released back in 2001. Where are we?
What number is it?
19. So that's up here.
Nice. I ripped a couple of these back then. That's cool. This is fairly new to us. We only just recently got into them a couple years ago. I think we saved it. We didn't really open them until this year, though.
I'd heard of it. I'd seen it in like Scry magazine and stuff, but I never saw any in stores that I am aware of or that I recall anyway, and never really got into it. Devil's Snare. I've seen this before. That's card 34, but yeah, I've seen that before. Into the Forbidden Forest. We've seen this before too.
Should probably go pick up some Powerades tomorrow.
Probably. Gone. Desks into Pig. Searching for the Snitch. Mopsus Potion. Time Out.
The actual game too, just by reading these cards.
It's somewhat strategic for sure, but it's not complicated. And I kind of like that. I'm actually starting to think about what deck I want to build with this. Because I want to try and build some decks. Or maybe enhance the decks that we got from the starter. Those decks didn't include potions, so I'd like to build a potions deck eventually. And obviously Quidditch. I gotta build a Quidditch deck. Half the set is Quidditch, and it's the new mechanics. So I don't know if I'll build a Quidditch and potions deck, or maybe make 2 decks, a Quidditch deck and a potions and something deck.
It is pretty easy to play, though. Like, I mean, the rules aren't too hard. Is that new?
Nimbus 2000.
Is it?
We haven't seen this yet.
Okay.
So that's a rare broom. Costs 7. Provides 1 Quidditch lesson. Whenever one of your items or spell cards that need Quidditch power does damage, it does 2 more damage. If you play this card and you already have a broom in play, discard the old one. So you can upgrade your broom as you go, and this is the rare version, and it increases the amount of damage that each of your Quidditch spells does, which is kind of nice. I like that. This is card 16, so it'll be over here in this corner, opposite from Oliver Wood. We've got Missing Parchment. We've seen that. We've got Weakness Potion. We've seen probably all these now. Pulling up. Gone. Desks into Pigs.
The Gone card's supposed to be Hagrid.
Searching for the Snitch. Yeah. Mopsus Potion and Time Out. We could still find some uncommons we haven't encountered. That's very true. I think we've got the commons, though, all wrapped up. Quidditch lesson, Charms lesson, No Time to Play.
Is that new?
I think this is new. Card 17. Charms. No, Transfiguration. The Butterfly's Transfiguration. Spell. Discard all matches and items that need Quidditch power from play. It's an anti-Quidditch card in the Quidditch set. Even your own. If a match is discarded, no one gets the prize. So yeah, just... Nope, no Quidditch. All Quidditch matches and items. But okay, it doesn't get rid of their lessons. It just clears the Quidditch
goes right here.
stuff. Yes, it does go right there. 17.
that one new? The next one?
Hufflepuff match. No, we saw Hufflepuff match and Ravenclaw match back to back early on.
Jonathan says they definitely chose an odd art style for this
Penalty
TCG.
shot.
Having
Ooh.
the first movie coming out not long before didn't do it any favor.
There's our first character holo.
Ooh,
Marcus,
that is nice.
Marcus Flint.
Isn't the art? Is it from the one who did the art
I've
for the
heard
books?
that these can be really tough to get 10s on if you're trying to grade them because they smudge so easily.
Yeah. Well, some people, will buff out the smudges.
Well, and scratch and things too. Like it actually can make them rather hard to read in some of them. They may have improved that over time, but
That looks in pretty decent condition, though.
oh, it's packed fresh anyway. I'm trying not to touch the surface as I try and get this on here. Is there something on there? Yeah, there is a smudge on there.
I don't think you touched it, though.
I don't think I did either, but there's definitely a smudge or something on there. Anyway.
Okay, well, we'll have to get a microfiber cloth and look at it later. If we can get it out of this.
But yeah, right there on his jacket.
Yeah. I didn't think you touched it, though. Or is that the art?
No, I don't think so.
Can I just look at it really quick?
We've got the non-foil version of this somewhere here too. So, where is he? Flint. Yeah, Flint is right there. There's nothing on his
Yeah,
back.
okay. Look at the hollow. That's a nice one, though.
It is a nice one. Hollow in the binder. Double out here. Then we've got Swarm. Bruise Warp Potion. Snuff Boxes. Bruise Root Potion. No. Yeah. No. That was Blood Root. Bruise Wart and Blood Root Potion. Sorry. And ouch.
You're making some good progress on this set. Do you think you'll get?
I think we're going to fall short. I think we're going to be missing a couple things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them to finish off or not, but it might be worth it to take a look anyway.
Oh, what? Oh, that's the
Into
non-hollow
the mirror.
version.
Yep, non-hollow
Because you
version.
got the hollow version.
Gaze into the mirror. Yeah, we got that. That's on page 1 right there.
Yeah.
So, defense. We're getting a lot of doubles.
Power play.
Power play. Oh, we got
Ooh.
a Neville foil. Hollow. Sorry, I'm looking at it myself instead of looking in the camera, trying to make it show up better.
I think the cheek almost.
These are
looks like-
not easy to make show in a camera. They're
Okay.
better, a little better in person.
Tilt it this way a little bit. No, this way. This way. Here, hold on a second. Like that. Oops, sorry. There we go. That looks cool.
So back to back, or not quite back to back, but 2 out of 3 packs. Hollow, Neville, and Flint. That's card 15.
I swear we didn't touch it. How did it? It looks like it's got smudges. Oh no, it's the art.
This one is the art, yes.
Yeah.
So that Neville goes right here behind Fluffy.
Did you pull that one yet, or?
We had a non-foil version of Neville, so we can use that one to play with if we want to play with Neville. And the other one nice. Ouch. Bravado, Vanish, Snuff Boxes, and Smash. We're down to the bottom third of the box. Anyway, I really think we're missing at least one more professor here. I think there's Madam Hooch in here too, maybe, or like there should be some more professors, I think. There's potions and Quidditch. Put outer. That's new. Transfiguration. Card 22. You may use 2 actions to choose one of your opponent's cards in play, other than the starting character, and return it to his or her hand. That could be annoying.
Where does that one go?
22. That would go right here.
Strategy session.
Yeah, we did see that one.
Okay.
Hard to get it to focus, but yes, we've seen strategy session. We've seen chocolate frogs. Had a little discussion on that one. Dawn. Swarm. Timeout. Drowsiness Draft. Mopsus Potion. Blood Root Poison. Potion. Poison.
Poison.
Potion. Poison.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh man. I really need to have a good sleep tonight. I'm not sure I'm going to.
There's a Quidditch lesson and a Transfiguration lesson. Oh, there's McGonagall.
Yay!
Professor Minerva McGonagall. Card 21. Provides Transfiguration, sorry. Provides Transfiguration. I always get those two mixed up for some reason. Unique Gryffindor. Once per game, you may discard the adventure your opponent has played. You don't get the reward. So you can just get something out of the way once per game with her. And she provides Transfiguration. And since you can have her as your starting witch or wizard, that means that means she's safe from being discarded. That means you'll always have Transfiguration. You don't have to run any Transfiguration lessons. You'll always have that type covered if you want to do Transfiguration and something else. So Transfiguration and Care of Magical Creatures, or Transfiguration and Quidditch.
That's not a foil, is it?
No, that's just the regular non-foil. Why am I... Yeah, sorry. Thanks for catching me on that. That goes against what I was doing up till this point.
That's why I was wondering.
21 goes in the corner here. Above Scabbers.
That Scabbers foil looks nice.
It does. Into the Forbidden Forest.
Oops, sorry.
Snape's Bias. Stream of Flames. Cunning Fox. Binding Rope. Search for the Snitch. Gone. And Pulling Up. Oops. And I bumped the camera again. This camera has been bumped a lot today. Especially this stream, for some reason. Very glad to have gotten Professor McGonagall. He did it because he really wanted the old witch, so he had to keep her safe. Haha. Oh, well, there's that. I mean, I do think that it's one that I might use in a deck sometime, so... Next, we have Hagrid Needs Help. Card 9. Adventure. Your opponent gets 1 fewer action on each of his or her turns. That could be bothersome.
He did it because he really wanted the old witch, so he had to keep her safe. Oh.
Right. Even the turn this adventure is solved.
Oh, this is new?
Yep. If this would mean your opponent has fewer than 1 action, they have 1 action. To solve, your opponent takes 8 damage. opponent's reward. Your opponent may draw 3 cards. Huh. Well, that's neat. I mean, that's certainly a significant downside. So yeah, that's card 9. So we're back to the front page here. Then we've got Chocolate Frogs again. Doxy again. Cobra Lily. Practice Match. Cobbing. Binding Rope. Cunning Fox, and Stream of Flames. We are getting low on packs.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them out of the box.
We're missing 2 cards on the front page. We don't have card number 1 yet. Or card number 8. What is card number 1?
Where would you even find the list?
I mean, they're semi-alphabetical. Oh, here's a new one. Seamus Finnegan. Wizard. Gryffindor. Once during each of your turns, you may discard 2 cards from your hand to get 1 more action. That's interesting. I mean, discarding 2 cards each turn to do it is certainly steep, but getting an extra action every turn has potential.
Bludger is the first card.
And that's a rare?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it even puts the illustrator on the list, so if that one card that doesn't have an illustrator listed,
Nice.
we can look and see if it's got it.
Finnegan. Seamus. The sandy-haired boy next to Harry in line sat on the stool for almost a whole minute before the hat declared him Gryffindor. That's card 25. Crystal Talus, we've seen. Defenda, we've seen.
The backwards again.
Yep.
That's so weird.
Clean Sweep. Research.
Excuse me.
Swarm. Potion. Snuff boxes and the poison. The poison and the potion. What are we down to? Our last 6, last 4, something like that. I think it's last 6. So there is more than 6 rares missing, I believe. Still, so even if we got near perfect luck, I don't think it's happening.
Oh my goodness.
Here's another Quidditch Cup rule insert. Same one again. Quidditch lesson and care of magical creatures and Slytherin match. Haven't seen that one yet, I don't think. So that's at least another new card. Match healing. Interesting. I wouldn't think it would be very healing to play Slytherin, but apparently it is. To win, do 15 damage to your opponent while this card is in play. Prize. The winner may shuffle up to 15 non-healing cards from his or her discard pile into his or her deck. That's a sizable buff to your deck, for sure. Card 26. So that goes right here in front of me. Jawbind Potion.
Is that new?
Race for the Snitch. No, we've seen this before.
Okay.
Search for the Snitch. Lopsis. Timeout.
Clearly I missed some.
Clean Sweep and Research. So I've got a Quidditch lesson, Charms lesson, Potion Class Disaster. Haven't seen that. Spell, 12 cost. That's really expensive. Your opponent chooses 5 of his or her cards and discards them. Those cards can come from his or her hand, from play, or from both. If there are fewer than 5 total cards in your opponent's hand and in play, he or she discards them all. So yeah, I mean, that is definitely expensive. Again, potions, you can use cauldrons to accelerate a bit, but 5 cards for hand or play. 20 is top, middle. So this completes this page. And again, I'm not worried about getting every version of every card. So, you know, I've got the McGonagall. I don't have the hollow of the McGonagall. Big deal. I have one if I want to play with it. Like, Devil's Snare. We've seen this before. This was the one without an illustrator. Care of Magical Creatures. Hufflepuff Match. We've seen. Ooh! There's a foil of the Slytherin Match, which we just got.
They're backwards
our
again.
Commons are backwards again, but
That's so weird when they do that. Is it whenever there's a hollow that they're backwards?
I don't think so. No, because they've been backwards when we haven't had a hollow.
Okay.
Because
I don't know. I just noticed it when
I haven't
hollows.
been tracking. Maybe it was all one side of the box or something. I'd have to go back and rewatch the tape and see.
Tape.
That's a rare. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You can tell that I ain't no millennial. Fouled. Cobbing. Alright, we're getting down to the end here. Like I said, we finished this page, finished that page. So everything we're missing is now on the front page now, front or back. We're missing one on the back. That's card 13. Yeah, we're missing card 13, card 1, and card 8. So we're down to 3 cards missing for the set.
Ooh.
Card 13, card 1, card 8.
So technically you could still do it?
Technically we could, but we'd need really good luck on these last packs. There's Quidditch. Charms.
Ooh.
The Sorting Hat.
Oh, you had a hollow.
We did have a hollow of this early.
Okay.
Into the Stands. Sorry. Try and keep this.
Pep
Talk.
talk.
Pep Talk.
Ooh.
Halloween Feast. Foil.
Oh, the last one we got of that one wasn't.
No, it wasn't a foil before. So that is an upgrade, but it's not a new card.
Keep looking through here.
And then Fouled, Pull Up, Searching for the Snitch, Binding Rope, and Practice Match. So, Halloween. That's over here. Okay, swap that out for the shiny one.
They look so much nicer when they're shiny.
They do. I completely agree.
So, okay, so you haven't seen this anywhere aside from eBay or anything like that, eh?
Which?
These boxes, or do you have second box, or?
No. we got one box of each of those 3 sets. I didn't get any extra. Like I said, I saw some loose booster packs earlier today. They still had some at category 1, but yeah, I don't think it's worth trying to buy another whole box to find 3 cards.
No, I just think it'd be fun to try and get more hollows.
I might try and find the singles, depending.
Because I think they look nice.
28 support banner is the rare. We've already had this.
That one we pulled several times.
Yeah, into the stands.
Penalty shot, is that new?
No.
Okay, I missed it when he pulled it.
Vanish is not new. Bravado is not new. Cobbing is not new. Cobra Lily is definitely not new. Foul is not new. And Deskin to Pig, not new.
So how many got left?
2. Nope. I'm wrong. 4.
Oh.
4 more packs.
Let's go.
And there are some, like, sometimes when you do get a foil, there's a double rare. So
Yeah.
that's technically possible too.
Let's see something we need.
That would be nice. Potions lesson. What's this? The Golden Snitch. This is new. This is card 8. We did not have...
shoot. There I am forgetting to plug the phone in again.
So the Golden Snitch is 11 cost. That's the second most expensive card we've seen today. Item. At the end of your opponent's turn, you win the game unless your opponent has at least 10 more cards in his or her deck than you do. If he or she does, your opponent wins the game instead. Ooh. So that's an alternate win condition there, right there. At the end of your opponent's turn, you win the game unless your opponent has at least 10 more cards in his or her deck than you do. If they do have that many more cards, they win the game. Huh. That is interesting. And again, you could build a deck around that for sure. I just don't know how good a strategy it is. Does it come at 260? This is the wrong page. I want this because this is card 8. That's one of the 3 we were missing. Was the Golden Snitch.
Alright.
Seen this. Sticking up for Neville. We've seen this.
Again, they're backwards.
They're backwards.
That's so weird.
So we got Ouch. We've got Bravado. We've got Smash. We've got Vanish. Cunning Fox and Screeler.
Can I open another one?
Sure. So we're down to 2. We're missing cards 1 and 13.
Alright. Let's pull 1 or 13.
I think it might be Madam Hooch is the 13.
Oh, I could look that up. Okay.
Quidditch lesson. Out of control.
Oh, it's upside down. I would do that.
I've had that before. Drifkus Totalis.
We've got
Race for the Snitch. And reminder our commons.
that fox. I like the fox.
It is neat.
Can I do the second last one? You can do the last one?
Sure.
Alright. Oof.
So I'm looking for, what did you say the first one was? Foul
Bludger or something?
Bludger and Madam Hooch, I think, are the 2 we're missing.
Let's go see what 13 is. Yeah, Madam Rolanda Hooch. Rolanda. That's a fun name. I like it.
It is a fun name.
I would never name one of my children. Hey, that's backwards.
Well, you opened the other side of the pack.
No, but
I
I've.
think.
Maybe you're right. Okay. Got the lessons.
Quidditch lesson.
And that lesson. Ooh.
Transfiguration.
There we go.
There's the bludger.
Yay!
Card 1.
We got Snape's bias.
Defense.
Rope bind. Cunning fox. I like the foxes. We've got stream of flames. Pulling up. Gone. Dusk into pig. That's it.
All right.
So, can we get 13?
Bludger.
Okay.
So that costs 4 item before each of your turns. Bludger does 3 damage to your opponent if a match is in play. If there isn't a match in play, Bludger does no damage. Okay, so only when you've got a match going on, this deals 3 damage per turn to your opponent, kind of like a creature. Interesting.
So, can we find Madam Hooch in the last pack? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be quite the thing. down to last pack magic here, if we can do it.
We'll have to find that card if we finally got card number 1 says founder.
Yep.
At least there's a good chance you can finish the set now. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
Well, good chance I wouldn't say, because that's, yeah.
One card
last
makes it a lot easier.
1 card left, 1 pack.
I think he means just in general.
Yeah,
That
well,
we could just
yeah.
find the card and
Yeah, there's a good chance we might find
Or
a
trade
Madam
for
Hooch
it.
somewhere.
The person that does the magazine, she might even have one.
Oh, who knows? Maybe. Yeah, she's got a YouTube channel where she covers all kinds of stuff regarding Harry Potter and especially the card game. So if you want to check, I was going to show you the link from her magazine because she's got a QR code and everything in the back of that.
I've
But
showed,
it's
I've linked the channel before. I can link
the
it.
site is called Into the Flu. Anyway, it's easy to find if you just remember that. Into the Flu.
Yeah,
like the Flu
I
Network.
figured, Jonathan, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Although it'd be really awesome if we just pull it now.
Last pack, it would be amazing. So at least we've proven that it's possible. You could complete a set
Yeah.
from 1 booster box. Charms and Quidditch. Madam Hooch!
Oh, we did it!
Nice!
Last pack magic, baby!
We completed the set. Again, not every version of every character, but at least a version of every card in the set. So, that is sweet. That is very nice.
Nice!
That gives me a lot of hope for our next 2 boxes as well. Madam Rolanda Hooch.
If anybody else opens a box of this,
Which unique character?
let us know.
Now, again, that's probably not at all the case with the base set or with Chamber of Secrets, because those are
Yes.
bigger sets.
I agree.
But these 3 sets in the middle were all 80 card sets. So if it's possible with this one, it should be possible with the others. Or that's no guarantee
So
by any means. But
Jonathan says, "OMG," as if that it happened. Nice, and then Founder's like, "Woohoo! Happy dance!"
once per game, you may search your deck. When you do, you may take a broom card from your deck, show it to your opponent, and then put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, even though I've only got 1 of the rare Nimbus 2000s, I could play with probably, we got close to play sets of the common and uncommon ones, and when it was time to get the rarer, if I'm using Madam Hooch, I could go just grab the extra 1 copy out of my deck if I hadn't drawn it yet. And she provides Quidditch lesson. Their teacher, Madam Hooch, arrived. She had short gray hair and yellow eyes like a hawk. Did they capture that? Does that look?
Oh, that's creepy.
Does that look hawkish?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I prefer the one in the movie.
They did portray the yellow eyes in the movie too, I believe.
I know, but it looks better in the movie. I don't know. It looks creepy in this card.
Fair enough, but still, I'm glad to get.
I can't believe we did that. That's exciting.
That's card 13, so that's back of the page, behind, gaze into the mirror.
Man, can you imagine it was this easy to finish a Pokemon set?
It would be nice. We got a Defendo. We got a strategy session.
And backwards cards again.
No foil in this pack, but oh well.
Can't complain at all.
Nope, I'm not complaining one bit. Rope bind, gone. The Cunning Fox, the Streeler. We got Search for the Snitch and Stream of Flames. So what do you guys think? I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a Quidditch deck. And like I say, potions is tempting, but I'm not sure.
Don't put it on your face.
Not sure if we've got enough potions here. Well, before I do that, maybe I should just sort of flip through.
Yeah, maybe.
Or go a page at a time and just show it like I do with the Magic Reviews.
That,
So there's the Bludger. We got a
Catch
foil,
the Snitch.
Catch
Foil
the
is
Snitch.
nice.
We got Fluffy, Fred and George. I sort of skipped the terms exam. We got the
Foil
foil, Gaze into the
yeah.
Mirror. We got the foil, Gold Cauldron. Golden Snitch, regular. Hagrid Needs Help, regular. We got Halloween Feast foil.
13 watching to match card number 13 to complete the set.
Nice. Harry the Seeker. We got the Hospital Bed foil. We got Madam Hooch, our last pull that we needed to finish. Here's Marcus Flint Hollow. Bit of a smudge, unfortunately. Neville Longbottom Hollow as well. We got Nimbus 2000. No Time to Play. And Oliver Wood to wrap up page 1.
How many hollows did we get altogether?
Of the full hollows, those are only 2.
I just meant hollows, any hollows.
I didn't count. Out of Control. We got Ocean's Class Disaster. We got Professor Minerva McGonagall. And Put Outer. Ravenclaw Match. Scabbers in foil.
I'm tired.
Seamus. What do I keep?
Seamus?
Seamus Finnegan. That's another mispronunciation that I didn't catch it early enough to really I routinely still make that mistake for some reason.
Isn't that a Scottish name? Or is that a Irish name?
I think it's Irish. I could be wrong. Slytherin Match. Foil. Start of Term Feast. To go with the Halloween Feast, I suppose. Foil as well. And then on the back, we have support banner, the Sorting Hat, foil.
That's cool as a foil.
Trevor, the toad. Chocolate Frogs. Comet 260. Defense. Devil's Snare. Defendo. Doxy. We're into the, I guess we're out of the rare section. Seems like all the rares are up front in the set, interestingly. Hufflepuff Match. Into the Stands. We're into Adventures now. Into the Forbidden Forest. Jawbind Potion. Missing Parchment. Penalty Shot. Pep Talk. Petrificus Totalis. Power Play. Race for the Snitch. Snape's Bias. Sticking Up for Neville. Strategy Session. Weakness Potion. Blood Root Poison. Bravado. Bruisewort Balm. Clean Sweep 7. And we've got Cobbing. The Cobra Lily. The Cunning Fox. Desk into Pig. Drowsiness Draft. Fouled. Gone. Mice into Snuff Boxes. Mopsus Potion. Ouch. Practice Match. Pulling Up. Research. Rope Bind. Searching for the Snitch. So I guess in terms of matches, there's the practice match, and then there's Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Gryffindor No, sorry, Hufflepuff match, Ravenclaw match, and Slytherin match. Smash, Stream of Flames, and Streeler. So I guess there was just the 4 matches in Quidditch Cup itself. There's probably other matches, I'm pretty sure there are, in later sets as well. And then for the final page, Swarm, Timeout, Vanish are 5 lesson types now, with Quidditch being the new one, and our rules insert. So there we go. You can fit the whole set on 5 pages if you put them back to back. So I'm going to be able to get all 3 sets in this binder if we get all 3 sets easily. What else should I go over? Here's our stacks. I should have more than enough Quidditch lessons to make a Quidditch deck, if that's what we want to do. Potions. How many potions lessons did I end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potions lessons. That's a little thin. I think I had a couple previously, so I might have about 10 or so. That's still a little thin for what I'd like to see. Here's our rare doubles. So none of these are foil, because I put all the foils into the book. But these are all the rares we got doubles of. We had Out of Control. We have Support Banner. We have Halloween Feast double. The Sorting Hat. Slytherin Match. Neville Longbottom. Gaze into the Mirror. Marcus Flint. Scabbers. Hospital Bed. Oliver Wood. Start of Term Feast. Gold Cauldron. Catch the Snitch. Charms Exam. And another Neville Longbottom and another Scabbers. So these 2 are triples.
Why don't we we'll go through the extras that we want to put towards the giveaway. And what we can do is we can make people leave a comment once we're done the stream on this stream. And then out of the people who leave comments, we can, I don't know, we can do a giveaway and announce the winner like next week or something.
Yeah, that could be.
Or we can do the giveaway next, well, no, it should be
Could
for
be
people
interesting.
who are here.
Well, it depends too. I mean, depending on how we do it and who wins. I mean, maybe someone would actually like to, like maybe there's a certain type of card that would appeal to whoever the winner is.
Yeah.
Face cam? We want to go back to face cam?
Yeah, go face.
Yeah. Oops, I got my finger.
There you go.
There we are. Hello.
Probably close this up here.
Careful.
Sorry.
How you... Anyway. So yeah.
Thank you, says Founder.
And then in the front, I've mentioned before, there's the arts for the different pack arts from the base set.
Oh, you know what we could do? I wonder.
Hopefully, there's some good
wonder.
packs that aren't wrecked that I can keep on one of each art from this set as well.
I wonder how these would go through a laminator or something if we put them on a piece of paper, glued them on, and then put it through a laminator.
I don't
Would
know.
they shrink? And
I have no idea. I've never heard of anyone trying it.
I don't know. It's a thought.
It is a thought.
But yeah. So yeah, no, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll get people to leave a comment after.
Or maybe we should just throw a few Harry Potter cards in our Pokemon hitbox and see what what surprise it would be if we go to pull out a Pokemon hit and they get a Scabbers.
Yeah, we could do that.
Would Scabbers or Neville be a disappointment?
Founder says she's saving. I want HP cards, Harry Potter cards.
Right. Well, I thought this went fairly well, actually.
It would definitely be sweet having
I do like the little
these.
display box here. I think it
Yeah.
does look nice. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet. Maybe if I make a Harry Potter box, I can save some of the art from this to decorate the box with. That's what I used to do with some sets when I was a kid, but Anyhow,
Don't twist my arm. Uh,
so that's
so if anybody else, if anybody else does open a booster box of this, let us know. If you're able to complete the set too.
Yeah.
Out of one box.
So like I said, next I'm going to be putting some thought into what decks I can build out of this, and we'll try them out and see how these new cards play, maybe with or without some of the previous cards. I haven't decided that yet. Set 3 is Diagon Alley. So, like I said, I got a booster box of that, all lined up here as well. And Diagon Alley introduced locations. So we already had items. They introduced matches for Quidditch. They introduced the Quidditch lesson type. There are no new lesson types introduced through the remainder of the game's run. It just sticks to the 5. But Diagon Alley did introduce locations, and so that is a new card type in that sense that should be fun and helps flesh out the game some more. I think Diagon Alley, again, I forgot my list with the set of which characters you could find in which sets, but I think Diagon Alley might have been the set that had Dumbledore in it. Anyway, it's in one of the next two anyway. If it's not in Diagon Alley, then it was Adventures at Hogwarts. So I'm hoping to get a Dumbledore eventually in one of these next two boxes.
And again, as long as we stay above 2,000 subscribers, Monday we will be opening.
And
no, not that.
There's the other one that we'll get
sorry,
to
skip that.
later.
I'm sorry, but yeah, open this Monday Night Magic, if we stay over 2,000 subscribers. So
yeah, thanks for everyone who's helped us reach that mark.
That's crazy.
It's been a blast. It took us a little over a year, but
we've done fairly amazingly though, compared some people who've been working harder.
Yeah.
For longer and
well, you never know. It's
different.
different.
We worked for it though.
It's different for everybody. Some people it takes longer. Some people it's quicker. But
we have a variety channel and it works.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends. Our variety is a little bit muddled, and not everything's going to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
And
thank you, founder.
If you don't like our personalities or our faces, then our channel's not going to appeal to you either. Sorry, can't do anything about that.
I know.
Well, I could shave, I suppose.
Yeah.
That might alter something, but that's.
I prefer the facial hair.
Yeah, but do I need this much of it? I don't know. I remember we used to get comments, but people who were pleased with it.
Yeah, people loved it.
I haven't seen that in a while either, so
no,
it is probably due for a trim.
Yep.
Anyhow.
So yeah.
What else did we want to say before we wrapped up? I can't think of anything. Thanks again to Founder for the model that we used as our backdrop for most
puzzle,
of that.
Yeah.
That was
Hagrid beard.
Well, not quite, but
yeah.
Even Hagrid got his beard shortened up when it got singed by poor old Norbert there. So.
All right. Well, I do have excuse me. I do have a redirect if he's still alive. I figure we'd go over to blue, all blue.
Could do.
And give him some love. Hit a like button. Say Spokat Raid. So. And we'll see you guys on Monday, hopefully. Unless I don't think we're planning a pop-up live. We're going to be busy tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to tomorrow, but.
And then Thursday, we'll do Pokemon Thursday. So, please stick around for the raid when we do go over. Again, Spokat Raid. I don't have the link in there, but I do have the redirect set up, so please go over there and say Spokat Raid and hit the like button. So
thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming out. We'll see you guys Monday.
Ta-ta.
Bye for now.